And we are live, ladies and gents. Welcome to everybody. Thanks for joining us. Some of us on the presenter side literally joined within the last couple of seconds, and hopefully there'll be one or two joining us as we go along. Thank you for taking time out to connect in and watch this hangout tonight. We're a bit tired, but we're excited about sharing some time with you. We've had two fabulous events over the last 2 weekends. The first one being in Stellenbosch in the Western Cape, beautiful venue, beautiful bunch of people, and very exciting to be there. Quinton is joining us from there, and then yesterday we had the event in Sunninghill in Johannesburg, which really just, well, it blew my mind. We were almost 180 people there, and we had an incredible time. So joining us from there is Pumlani and Carol and Corin, as well as CJ. And I'm going to ask, well, Tony is also joining us tonight, and Tony's just busy trying to get the last two guys onto the webinar. So I'm gonna just hand over straight to the guys. I'm going to start with CJ to just give us a bit of background about, or not background, just feedback on what was his experience. Because all the people that were on tonight, with the exception of Quinton came as part of a team, but the rest actually brought people with them, and we'd like to hear what is their feedback been from the workshop. So CJ, I'm going to hand over to you. Just share with us, you guys left Polokwane early in the morning to be there on time, and just share with us what was your experience, and even the feedback from the guys that, the instructions you got from the guys back home.
Yeah, thank you, Tashius. Thank you, Tony, once again. Like I said every time, thank you for inviting us and, sharing the information that you're sharing with us. It's been greatly appreciated. You know what, Tashius, there were some guys that, some of the guys that went with me that once we started the event and they thought, you know what, this is another network marketing, it's one of those scams and schemes that we are giving them. And you know what, once Tony started going, the lights went on. And you can see this, this guy, the one guy actually had a party the night before, and he said if I hadn't paid for his ticket, he would never showed. And halfway through, you can see the bubblers is gone, and it's all light shining, So it's really great, to see that this event has grown from 35 people, the one event, 63 the second, and 170 the third one. You know what? I think Tony said over the weekend that he's looking at 1,000 people at the end of March. I think we might have reached that amount February. So it's great to see that we're part of a team that actually helps one another. We want to see one another succeed, because the more people succeed, the more successful we will be as well. So it's really nice that you actually feel part of a family. So yeah, thank you guys.
Absolutely. Well, thanks CJ for that, and thanks for that feedback. And yeah, I'm glad to see that John's been able to join us. And Tony, I'd like to just hand over to you as well to just carry on with the introduction. I've introduced our speakers tonight, and we've said that we're just going to just quickly share a bit about, a bit of feedback about what we did at the workshops the last week or so. Just to hand over to you, and yeah, Tony, thanks again. As CJ said, if it wasn't for you taking the initiative and providing us with the guidance and telling us this is what I've tested, this is what I've seen working, this is what's not working. Yeah, a lot of gratitude from the people in the hangout tonight to yourself, just being open and honest. And I know that the two of us have been acquaintances and have become friends over the last almost 10 years. And that's one of the characteristics that I've really enjoyed about you. You really go for it, whatever you're doing, 150%. And when it's time to call the shots and make the hard decisions, you're able to do that. So I just want to hand over to you and give us a bit of your feedback from people that have spoken to you. I think you're still muted, Tony.
It's I just arrived. Am I muted?
You're fine. You're fine. We can hear you.
Can you guys hear me?
That's it. We can hear you.
Okay, good. Okay. Is it okay? Fine, fantastic. Tertius, no, thank you so much. Unfortunately, I've just arrived home. I've been in Joburg the whole day, and obviously we've just, if you are on Tertius, I'll appreciate it. If you can,
okay,
just lock the screens on the speaker. So, thank you.
Well,
so from my side, guys, I've just arrived home. It's been a hectic day on my side. And obviously, we've been having amazing feedback from everybody. The event yesterday obviously was phenomenal, and I actually want to hear from you guys, but from the people, and obviously that's from the new people that's been attending. They have never seen anything like this, guys. They have never seen anything like this. Obviously, I think we are the groundbreakers in the industry. We are taking this gold business of ours totally to a new level. And obviously, when we're talking about our physical gold, you guys know which company we're talking about, but then we're talking about our digital gold. And when we talk about our digital gold, we're going to Bitcoins. And I don't want to take the thunder away from what I'm going to say later on, but I just think you guys need to understand one thing. For the first time in what we've been doing, we're breaking ground, guys. The information that we are doing, nobody else is doing. Nobody else knows about this. Nobody else knows how to start working with Bitcoins. And we are not just normal traders. We're not buying and selling. We're not traders. We're not interested in buying and selling. We are actually taking this thing to a whole new level, and just to start what we call mining Bitcoins. Guys, for us already that are in, for us it's already easy, but I want to take you back when you started and you heard this for the first time. I mean, the first time you heard this, you didn't believe a word that we were saying, obviously. Now you're a month down the line, or 2 months down the line, or 3 months down the line, and for you it's so easy, but for the new guy that's sitting there in the crowd, I mean, they've blown away, and more than that, they are seeing the results that we've got on the table, and that, do you understand? So, and I think that is what the platform has given to the guys. It's given credibility. We are open with everybody. Tell you it's good. If it's ugly, we'll tell you it's ugly. And if we tell you better run away, then you better run away very quickly. So, and that's one thing that I want you guys to understand. We will always bring you guys the good, the bad, and the ugly. But when it's ugly, we'll tell you, guys, let's get out of here. Let's move on. It's not worth our time and our effort. So I'm going to let the rest of the speakers speak, if you don't mind, Tertius, because I've still got a few things that I need to do. And then by the time I come back, then I can deliver what I need to deliver today. So thank you, Tertius.
100%. Thanks, Tony. Looks like we're all struggling. We actually sat tonight, and if we look a bit flustered, please excuse us. We sat with 2 hangouts, exactly the same, duplicated for one or another reason, and we had to make sure we get onto the right one. Otherwise, we wouldn't have. I see we've got more than 78 viewers at the moment, so you guys wouldn't be here if we hadn't sorted out that link. So with that in mind, I'm going to hand over to Pumlani now. Pumlani, I want to ask you also to just give us a bit of feedback from yourself and what you've heard from the guys in your team, because you guys drove up from Joburg from Durban to Joburg to attend the event. And I don't know if you stayed over the night before, but I know you definitely drove back after the event. So that's a lot of commitment. It's a lot of commitment for guys to do that. But yet you've done it, and just give us a bit of background on why and what's led you to here.
Good evening, everyone. It's Pumlani in Durban. All right. Firstly, I would like to thank all of you guys, the whole team of TUB, for giving me such an opportunity actually to meet you guys in regards to this experience that no one can ever believe in life. I've tried by all means to make them, even a possible people that I meet from day-to-day basis, to believe what it is that is happening in the world, but they still can't believe it. And I don't blame them, because if I was out of the box, I wouldn't even believe what is happening in the real world right now. So guys, I would like to say thanks again to Tony for giving me such opportunity, and just to meet you in my life was such a blessing, because it has completely changed my life in such a way that I never imagined that it could be. The kind of a goals that I'm reaching right now was my lifetime goals, that I was projecting to have it at around age of 60, 50 or 60 years, but just because of you, Tony, and you TLB guys, all those things that I was planning to do when I grow old, I've already got there. Within 3 months, I got there, done them, and some of them I'm about to complete all of those goals that I was wishing to go for. So, in experience of what has been happening, just to give you a short story, I brought one guy there, the old guy that I was driving with yesterday. I was driving all the way down. He couldn't sleep even in the car because he was still excited. He couldn't believe what was happening in Joburg. Instead of that, he said, "I should hate you, Pumlani, because you should have started this route with me." Whereby it was impossible because I only met him last week. But ever since yesterday, when we drove back, he already started making money. He phoned me today. He said, "Pumlani, I'm gonna triple what you're doing." And I told him that is fantastic, not even good. It is fantastic, Tony. So when it comes to this project that you're doing, guys, it's very, very impressive. The results, they're just there. You don't have to seek for it. You don't have to study. You don't have to do anything. Everything is just in front of your face. What you need to do is just have to follow the sequence. On the gold side, I never believe in my life that at this age I'll be owning gold. I'm not talking about the paper money, because the paper money is already on the way out of this world. So, and to own a gold, it's so impressive, because you own it in such a way that you can even touch it, not something that you just own on its own. So, and even when it comes to Bitcoin, no one could ever believe that the Bitcoin can be taking over to the country like it does right now. So everybody is excited. The guys, what I can tell you is that we're printing money. Whoever doesn't believe it, we're still gonna print money, believe it or not. This is the real world that you're living in. If I tell people, they even fail to believe that you are in South Africa. I am in South Africa, guys. The time is 8:15. I confirm. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Whoever is not here on this club at the moment, on this TUB, I'm telling you, you'll never get anywhere with the way that you're trying to do right now. So guys, please join us. This is the way to go. Thank you so much, Titus.
Thanks very much, Pumlani. Yeah, very flattering there. Guys, I must tell you that I did a presentation once, and one of the ladies was just blown away by one of the things I say as a habit. And that is, if you don't believe me, that's fine. I still get paid. And if you want to join me, that's great. If you don't want to join me, that's fine. I still get paid. I get paid every Thursday. I get paid every Friday. In fact, I get paid every day. And, if I want, I can actually even withdraw money every half an hour. So it doesn't matter whether you join me or whether you don't join me. I still get paid. So, guys, yeah, Pumlani, yeah, it's been fantastic to see the way that you've just grown as a leader. I mean, I met you first on a hangout probably about 6 weeks ago, and then we firstly met at the Joburg event a month ago, and then again yesterday. And I can tell you guys, this is a changed young man, and he is. You're talking about reaching the goals that you had set for yourself much later in life. You know what? That just means you've got so much further to go, so much bigger of an impact to make. Ladies and gents, I'd like you to take a look at this guy's face. He's on the screen right now. He is a huge influence. People are looking up to him, and he has realized that he needs to take responsibility for not just himself, but for the people around him, and he's doing that with a lot of confidence. Now, someone else that I wanted to give the stage over to this evening, and That's someone that I've met and come to respect, and also one of the leaders. In fact, you know, when it comes to looking at how many people were invited, one of the criteria we looked at just awarding some prizes to was how many people did that individual person bring with them. And in their case, he actually he doesn't bring people with him. He just brings leaders who bring people. And that is John Stevens and his lovely wife, Nikki. Now, guys, can you see John? Or has John just disappeared from the screen? Looks like we've lost Tony as well. CJ, can you give me some feedback there? Or Corin? Anyone?
I can't see John.
You can't see John. Okay. Well, Quentin, then we're going to
see
switch.
John, but not Tony.
Okay. Quentin, if you don't mind, I'm going to switch over to you. And Quentin is one of our newest members. I think, Quentin, you were introduced to the whole tub concept less than 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, maybe coming up for 3 weeks.
Maybe coming up for 3 weeks, right? Yeah. So Quentin is actually in one of the downlines of Carol and Corin, who are also on the call tonight. And yeah, from Cape Town, attending that. So now we have got a problem because. So Quentin, I'm going to hand over to you so I can mute myself and deal with this call. Okay. Just give us some background about your experience at the event on last Sunday in Cape Town.
Okay. I'm brand new, but very keen. Yeah, I mean, I was introduced, and like I said on another hangout we did actually a few days ago, I was introduced to BitNock, and I had a look at it, and I thought this is awesome because you know, I've always been time poor. My background is a medical doctor, so you know I can't really complain and say you know struggling to make that came fairly easy. But what I didn't have was time, and I've come to realize that it's quite a precious commodity. So that was my motivation. Yeah, I've got a small family now, 2 daughters, one is 3 and one is 2. So yeah, that was my motivation, and someone, well, I heard about the BitNock, so I had a look at it. I started getting involved, and then yeah, I went to the course on Sunday, thinking, well, I'm just gonna get a few tips on how to tweak the BitNock, and yeah, I was blown away. It was you know the tip of the iceberg, and this is so huge, and I'm just so grateful to have found it and to have met you guys. So yeah, that's me. I think I'm pushing a few people by expanding so fast, but I think it's a good thing. I don't know. And yeah, I'm just enjoying it. It's really great. I'm having so much fun, and you know, I'm also growing. You know, I'm kind of one of those guys. You know, if we were standing in a queue, you know, I wouldn't talk to anybody, and you know, I just kind of do my own thing. I'm not very outgoing, apart from on my job, obviously. And now I find myself talking to everyone. Last night I was Facebooking with someone in America, you know, talking about garage bars, and yeah, so it's great. I'm growing as a person, and it's wonderful to be part of something like that. You know, it almost makes the making money part secondary. You know, it's great to be growing.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for that, Quentin. Guys, as you may be picking up, we've got some technical challenges going on with people dropping on and off the call and sound not being what it is. John, can you hear us now? Can you hear when I talk? Can you hear me? Calling John Stevens. Coming, John. No, John cannot hear me. So I'm going to switch over to Corin and Carol. Yes. Well, Carol, listen to me. Carol, Corin, you guys drove through from Vryheid to join us at the event yesterday, and you also had a number of people there, not only ones that you brought directly, but some of some of the leaders in your teams who had also brought people. In fact, I think you know, when earlier I was talking about John that had such a big influence. If we look at the influence that you guys have had, both through individual leaders and through organizations, I think the two of you are probably responsible for about 50 people being there, and that is just awesome, man. You know, we didn't acknowledge that yesterday at the workshop, but I want to acknowledge that now. And so I'd like to hand it over to you and just share with us, you know, what your experience has been and how this has grown, and you know, what you're experiencing with the whole tub pipeline and everything. And then I'll see if I can get Tony back on the line. You just unmute yourself, eh?
Yes, Tertius. Well, as usual, I'm always the talker, and Carol always just sits in the background. So yes, the big thing is I've told so many people in the past already that this was my dream. What actually happened, a long story, it's 17-year-old dream, and Carol actually helped me. She started teaching me and showing me that you need to help people, which I could never understand. And then suddenly Tony, well, we met him with Tertius last year already in San Diego, and we've been in many businesses together. And one thing that this whole setup has taught me is this one. I call it, we've cracked the code. I've been saying it since day one, since we walked in, and Tony said, this is what we're doing. I said, we've cracked the code. I know it, I feel it, and well, if you see my back office, you'll see why I feel it. So, I'm extremely excited. And yes, Carol and Yuri is not here now, but yeah, they always, you know, helping me, and they stand behind me. Because they've seen where we're going with this thing, and yes, they 100% in on it. If I say we're going to Joburg, then we're going. So it's always a story of, yeah, it's quite far for us, but it's worth it every time. And every time after each workshop, I just can't sleep, because I know I've seen everything, but it's just so exciting that I can't sleep. So yes, this morning it was about 4:10. I was still laying around and still wondering what's the story. So, okay, Tony is back. Eventually.
Tony is back, and he's almost more excited than we are. I tell you what, Peter and myself, texting this. Yeah. Guys, this is just, you know, it's just incredible. We are experiencing this. We're on a hangout, we're on video, we're live, we're texting, we're Skyping, we're doing all this stuff together. Guys, 3 years ago, this wouldn't have been possible, just 3 years ago. And now we're doing it. And, you know, this is one of the amazing things that I've realized, that this is not hard. This stuff is not hard. It's not difficult to do. It's just new. We don't know about it. We haven't been able to, you know, it's just, yeah, it's mind-blowing. And what's happening now in terms of the cryptocurrencies and everything, it's just, sometimes when I look back, I think, where did all this stuff come from? But you know what? It's about continually challenging ourselves, challenging our mindsets, where we are, where we're going. And yeah, oh, fantastic. I see we've got Dora on the line. And Dora, can you hear us? Give us an indication if you can. And John, can you hear us at all? Because John is sitting there looking like a silhouette. We're texting, and I'm not seeing any info from John. Doesn't look like we've got sound on John's side. Tony, can you see if you can get hold of John on the line and maybe ask him just to check his sound? Dora, can you hear us yet? I see you plugging in.
I can hear you, yes, I can hear you.
While we have you live and on. Dora, welcome. And while we have you there, I just want to hand over to you as well. Just give us a bit of feedback on the event on Sunday. And you came along, and you know it's your second time, and just your experience with the whole tub pipeline and the team.
Tasha's, good evening to everybody, Tasha's and Tony and everybody. I would just like to say, I mean, it was absolutely fantastic. My second time round, I mean, the amount of information that I managed to gather from the first time is absolutely amazing. You know, I definitely don't ever want to miss any workshop. As a matter of fact, next month I was supposed to be in White River, and I've now changed my dates, so to make sure that I'm going to be in Cape Town for the third one. I think it's absolutely amazing, and you know, I mean, I can see how this is changing people's lives. You know, I mean, even my own as such. It's absolutely amazing. Yesterday I sent my nephew to the one in Johannesburg. And, you know, he was just, you know, Shane, he phoned me when the workshop was finished, and he didn't even know what to say. He was just absolutely over the moon at all the information he had heard, and he just couldn't believe it, you know. He's just so excited, and as a matter of fact, today I started helping him to, you know, get his accounts open and that, and, you know, it's just absolutely amazing. I think for most of us, and it's like especially for a young guy like him, you know, he can actually see light at the end of the tunnel. So I think it's absolutely amazing.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Dora. And thank you for your contribution. I mean, yeah, we met, it's Mike, Michael that was there yesterday. And,
Yes, that's right.
And you know, he was a bit quiet, and at one stage, he said, "This is great." And I said to him, "Well, this is tea time in the morning. Wait until you get to this afternoon." And I'm glad to hear that the feedback back to you was very positive. Looks like we're having some challenges with getting John on the line and for him to hear us, so that we can get him back. But you know, Corin, you guys were very very short and sweet, but we didn't hear anything from Carol. Carol, don't you want to give us a bit of background about, you know, because in the beginning, I remember, I think Corin and I have been working together now just over a year, and Carol is always in the background. You know, you get these remarks coming in from the side, but actually Carol is a mover and shaker in more ways than one. So Carol, just give us your perspective on this. I know Corin is the one running around and sending emails and, you know, setting up Awebers, and you're more of the investor type. You know, you from the sideline and providing the support. But give us your experience and just, you know, give us a bit of insight from you.
I'm just a quiet, shy one.
Oh, yes.
well, guys, okay, you can tell from the laughter, you'll never believe that, okay?
No, I only got involved because of Cora not believing in herself, and because I've always been involved in helping people and charities and stuff like this. That's how I got involved. And the more you get involved, the more exciting it gets. And the more you talk to people and the more you help them and the more enthusiastic they get, you just eventually get going. You don't even realize it. So that's the fun part. That's all I actually do.
You've said such an important thing there, because, and it's something that we touched on yesterday, that you know, you can only go as far as your mindset will allow you. And I think it was Siboniso who posted on our Facebook group this morning that more money, or having more money available, will only amplify and magnify the type of person that you already are. So, you know, if you're a bad egg already, just having more money will just even make you worse. But the same is on the flip side. You know, often when we talk to people, we say, well, wouldn't it be nice to be giving to charity, and who would like to help other people? Other people put up their hands, and then I ask the question, well, how many of you people are doing it now? And there's like 10% of the hands left, you know. And so, listen, guys, if you're not doing it now with the money that you have, you won't do it with 10 times more, because how you are now will just get magnified by having more money or not. So, Carol, thanks for coming in on that. I know I've put you in a bit of a spot there, but and thanks also for your contribution to the team. Guys, I'm really looking forward to explosive growth from your leg of the team. So let's see if we can get hold of John Stevens. John, can you hear us? We've got John on the line, but no video, no sound, and we're going to switch over to Tony. Tony, that's it. You dropped off the call for a while, but welcome back, and we're going to hand over to you for the rest of the evening. Can you hear us?
Yes, thank you so much. Can you guys hear me? Just tell me if you guys can hear me.
We can. 100%. We can.
Sorry for John Stevens. We're trying to get him on, but he's struggling with his network connection on that side. So apology from our side. I'm just glad to see that you guys are on, and that's the one nice thing about live webinars. You know, you get it with everything. You get it with the struggling to get on and trying to make sure that people are connected. And so yes, guys. I just obviously, just want to say a lot of gratitude to every single one of you guys that has made this team grow to where it is currently. You know, we've come as leaders. We've come together quite a long time already, and in our gold business that we started more than a year and a half ago already, and we have just taken South Africa by storm. And this team in South Africa is just breaking records. You know, I want you guys to understand that there's an urgency right now, and I don't know if you're listening to this webinar for the first time, if you are looking at us for the first time, if you are meeting us for the first time, I want you to understand there's an urgency right now for you to have your house in order. You know, there's an urgency for you right now to get your hands onto real money, and that real money, guys, is gold. And that's what we believe. I know we've got a lot of friends and family that don't believe what we say and what we do. But guys, you need to understand that there's going to be a big correction in the market, and that correction is coming. You know, the money's our monetary value, our paper money that we've got. There's going to be a huge devaluation in the market, and if you're not ready, you know, your family is going to be at jeopardy. And what we believe in our team, and that's what we are very close. We share our information with our team. You know, we make sure that our team understands what we are doing, and this is a close group of a community, guys. You need to understand we share very selective information with our team, but our priority is to make sure that you look after your family and your household with immediate effect. You need to make sure that you move your money into assets, and we believe there's only 3 kinds of assets, which is gold, silver, and property. Now, if you're not in that position, you know, I want you to change your circle of influence right now. You know, you need to start talking to different kind of people. You need to start hanging out with different kinds of groups. But, you know, if you're not ready, then you're not going to be ready a year from now. And things are going to change very quickly. So there's things that you have to do, and you have to do immediate, and you have to take immediate action right now. And that's what we've done. You know, we've taken immediate action. As soon as we knew about gold, we climbed into gold, and we went and we built this gold business of ours. Huge. I mean, we've got teams, we've got people in my team that is making more money than me, and that is what I love to see. Do you understand? And we didn't do a choice. We can take that money that we make and we can go and blow it. We can go and spend it, or we can take that money and we can buy more gold. So when I say we get our gold for free, that's what I mean. You know, we get our gold for free, guys. A lot of you do not understand it, and you won't understand it, but don't worry, because somebody that invited you to this video, you know, will guide you through that process, and they will introduce you to the team. Now, obviously, that led us into a journey of what we call Bitcoins. Now, I've got a little PowerPoint presentation that I've put ready for you guys that I want to share. Tashish, you're just going to make sure that I manage to do this, but I'm going to do a screen share, and I'm going to do an entire screen. So hopefully we can see this.
Yeah.
Tashish, you just need to tell me if you can see my PowerPoint presentation.
I can see your PowerPoint. Guys, can everybody else just show me a thumbs up, guys? Can you see Tony's screen? Well, I can see myself now. So
Yeah, you on Tertius, not Tony.
Okay, I'm switching over to Tony. So it should be showing online wealth creation. Can everybody see that now?
Okay,
Yes,
Tony.
you can see it. Yep.
Okay, great, guys. Thank you. So,
Coming up,
guys, what you guys can hear me? Thank you.
Yes, we can.
So, guys, what I think what we need to do, guys, you need to understand when we talk to you guys, and when we talk to you, and you are listening to us, I want you to understand we are talking from a different kind of mindset. We are talking from a mindset where we understand that we have got the cherry of the cake. You know, we've got the whole cake, we've got everything, but we've got a cherry on the cake, and that cherry on the cake for us is our gold business. Now, a lot of people do not understand what we're talking about, and the reason why they not understand what we're talking is because they are on the E quadrant and the S quadrant. Now, the challenge for you, if you are in this quadrant, then it's because you're listening to view. Are you listening from a point of view where you need to start working hard and you need to put a lot of effort and a lot of hours in to start making money? Now, the challenge that I've got with this left side of the wealth is controlled on this side. And that is why we only spend, and I spend a lot of my time educating and making sure that my team understands that we need to start spending all of our time, guys, all of our time on the, because this is where 95% of the wealth is controlled and made. Now, once we are on this side, and what I'm talking about today, it's only got to do with the investor quadrant. Now, why do we only want to be talking about the investor quadrant? The reason being that, and I want you to look at the slide on the bottom, this is where your money works. Very, very important statement that I'm making here, because a lot of people know that we are in network marketing. And what they need to understand is that in network marketing, you need people. But what I'm talking about here tonight is that we have moved on. You know, we've gone to the next level. We've moved on from a business owner or the B quadrant to the investor quadrant, where our money works for us or your money works for you. Now, this has got nothing to do with people. It's got absolutely nothing to do with people. So the point saying that is we're only using my own money to generate a return. And I don't need to do this with other people. Now, if I choose to do this with other people, then obviously my returns are going to be better, and I'm going to have a quicker return on my investment. Now, so just to be clear on this, you can do this on your own. What I'm going to be showing you, you can do this on your own. You do not have to be people. You do not have to be sharing this with other people. You can just do this on your own. Make your own money. With your own money, let that money start working for you, and you start getting a return on investment. Now, with that said, I want you guys to have a look at this short with you guys now.
Look closely. What do we all have in common? No matter what corner of the world you live in, you need food, shelter, and money. Half of every transaction involves money in exchange for goods or services, stocks, a loaf of bread. You gotta pay for it. We spend much of our lives chasing money to make a living and accomplish our dreams. But it's also an instrument of destruction. Some might say evil, driving criminals to lie, steal, and even murder.
The existing bankers value from society, and it is parasitic in nature.
Money is a catalyst for the worst and the best of human endeavor. Before civilization, we created currency, fuel for wars, the path to power, champion and enemy of innovation. Money is so integral to our society and our global economy that its true nature remains a mystery to most. This is the story of money, perhaps the end of money as we know it. Not how fat your bank account, or how thin your all-cold cold hard cash. There are some who want to kill it. Get rid of it. Burn your dollars, your euros, your yen, and transform every penny you have into ones and zeros, digital currency. Entrusted to the web and computers spread across the planet. Magic internet money. It's called cryptocurrency. Bitcoin. Invented in secret, it was a gift to the world.
It's not just a currency, but it's actually programmable money.
A potential curse on bankers.
There's nothing that the big banks or politicians can do to stop it.
Breaking every government's grip on money supply.
What the Bitcoin is doing for money.
Could it be the new gold?
No, you have to really stretch your imagination to infer what the intrinsic value of Bitcoin is.
Regulators, the Federal Reserve, the banking system, please to understand this is a thing that they have to take seriously.
This is going to change the economic culture.
Bitcoin could be a microeconomic miracle worker and could be a macroeconomic wrecking ball.
Is Bitcoin the currency of the future? A godsend for criminals? Or a recipe for financial disaster? If you trust your money just as it is, we have a little story to share.
Okay, guys, so we've moved on to the next level, and this next level is what we call digital gold. And I actually call it digital gold because for me, this is what Bitcoin is. This is what Bitcoin represents in the industry, and a lot of people do not understand how powerful and how big this cryptocurrency market is. Currently, we are talking, it's a market more than $4.6 billion of market cap that it's got. And this is technically in just the last 2 years, guys. Now, currently, there is more than 2,000 different cryptocurrencies. And the first cryptocurrency that was generated into this industry was Bitcoin. Now, that Bitcoin was let's call it the mother, the first one into, the rest is obviously piggy banking on that tech. And the reason why we are only focusing, that's a very, very crucial point in a statement that I'm making here. The reason why we're only focusing on Bitcoin currently is because it controls 85% of the market. To do anything in this industry, if we are going to participate, then we might as well, participate with the coin that's going to give us the best return. Now, currently, Bitcoin, and I want you to understand, the Bitcoin cryptocurrency industry does not belong to any country, does not belong to any government. It belongs to the internet community. Use the internet community, you and I, participates in buying and selling, or if you now want to understand what we are doing, we are involved in Bitcoin mining. So someone has to produce this Bitcoins into the industry, and those people that understand this type of information, like what we do, we spend all our time and all our resources and research in putting stuff in place so that we can start producing Bitcoins into the industry. Now, this, what we call cloud mining, this is only 2 years old, guys. It started in November 2013, and that first company that put this together was a German company. It was young guys. They started the first platform, and that led the whole movement into what we call today cloud mining. Now, we've been very fortunate. We were right at the right time, at the right spot, and we got to understand one of those platforms that just launched 3 months ago. So I went live with that platform, only produces Bitcoins. So I got hold of that platform, I got participating, and I only started with 7,000 Rand. Now, 7,000 Rand at that time was around about $560. This gave me a return. Now, currently, this platform that we are utilizing is giving us a return of around about 20% a month. and that is the gigahash. And if you do not understand what gigahash is, that is just the mining capacity that I've bought for myself into. Now I've got someone else calling me now. So hopefully you guys are not being bothered by this, but you know, so obviously that mining capacity that I've got, guys, produces bitcoins for me, and those bitcoins that I am generating, that is my own bitcoins. I can do with those bitcoins whatever I want. So the result after just over 25, that my account had grown to just over $2,000, and that led to a month later, in the end of August, that I've taken my account up to $9,000. I want you to have a look at my gigahash, my mining capacity. What I've done is I've taken some of my profits and I've reinvested into more mining capacity. So at the 31st of August, I had just over 6,000 gigahash. What has happened by September, 1,000 gigahash. Total income at that given time was just close to $9,900. And today, this is my slide that I took now just before we started, with all this hecticness of getting every people online after Saturday in the Hangout. Now, as of today, my mining capacity and my platform has delivered to me more than $11,000, guys. Currently, I've got a mining capacity of 11,000 gigahash. There's like 3,009 current value, and I want you to understand, guys, there's a certain way that we do things here. There's a certain way of how we go to work. Now, if you just participate in it, you do not understand how these platforms work, you do not understand how to participate, you're not going to get the kind of returns that we would like you to have. That is why I want to introduce you, or I want to make sure that you understand that it's very crucial to be part of a team, because in a team, we start sharing information with each other, and we start showing you guys what to do. Now, one of the reasons why we went with this specific platform is that we are producing bitcoins, we are mining every half an hour. So from a risk point of view, on this platform you're getting 20%. From a risk point of view, you guys need to understand that everything gets verified through blockchain. Now, everything in the internet that verifies that all the transactions are legal transactions and that all the transactions are valid transactions. Now, we've got different platforms. We've got platform number 1, we've got platform number 2, we've got platform number 3. Platform number 2 currently, this past week and a half, has been delivering to us 6.1%. Platform number 3, guys, obviously this is a different platform. It's a high risk. I want you to understand that what we are doing here, there is risk involved, and you need to manage your risk. There's a certain formula that we use. We do not put all our eggs in one basket, and we make sure that we're not putting all our money in one certain platform and that. So this specific platform that I'm showing you here is giving us a return of 111%, guys. So obviously high risk, but we manage it. We do not put on this specific platform. I want you to listen carefully what I'm telling you here. We do not put more than 10% of our profits onto this platform. Can I repeat it again? We do not put more than 10% of our profits onto this platform. And you guys, if you stick to the rules, if you stick to the rules, you're going to be making money like what we do. Now, we are the first group, we are the first team in the world that has monetized this whole thing. We've taken this whole complicated industry where very, very few people know about it, firstly. Secondly, even less than that, even like 1% of that few people understands what mining is, Bitcoin mining. Now, what we've done is we are the first group that has got a Bitcoin debit card in our possession. Now, that information is available to our team. As soon as you start with our team, one of the first things that you will be doing is actually step number 2, is to get yourself, this debit card. It gets delivered to your house within 5 working days, comes from overseas, gets delivered to you, and those bitcoins that you are producing, that you are mining into the industry, gets loaded onto your specific debit card. Now that debit card you can use to withdraw money. Now what I've done is I've already upgraded myself. I've already got all my documentation in place, and that allows me to withdraw on a daily basis up to $2,000 per day from any ATM anywhere in the world. As long as that ATM can take a Visa card, I can withdraw cash, physical cash. So in South Africa, obviously we're withdrawing rands. If I was in America, I would withdraw dollars. Wherever you are, you will be withdrawing your currency of your specific country. Now, I want you to understand why this card is so important for us. I want you to look at the limits once you've upgraded yourself to what is the limit on the card on the point of sale purchase. And you are seeing correctly, guys. This is the first card in the world that has got no limit whatsoever. You can actually buy a Ferrari with this card if you had the value in bitcoins on that card. Now, what we are doing is we are going around South Africa. We've got different workshops all over South Africa. Our next workshop is the end of October, and that's going to be on the 25th of October in Cape Town. The next one in Johannesburg is going to be the 1st of November in Johannesburg, and then in Cape Town we're ending off for the last workshop of this year on the 15th of November. So guys, this is the last 2 workshops that we as a team will be doing. The rest of the workshops will only be done in the new year. We haven't finalized any dates yet. For now, this is the only 3 workshops that you will be able to attend. I would highly advise you that you make a plan, diarize these dates, go back to the person that invited you to this webinar, make sure that they can get you the information, the details. Now, the cost to that event, ladies and gentlemen, the ticket prices that we've got is 10,000 Rand. That is what people are paying to attend those events. And what we are doing is we're only doing 1 webinar. This is the webinar that we're doing. Closer to the event, we might be doing another webinar. But for today, with this webinar, and for the people that invited you, we've got an early bird price. So the early bird price, you won't find any price cheaper than this outside of our team. So the cheapest price and this early bird price is 5,000 Rand. And I want you to understand how this early bird price works. This early bird price is only available up until the event 7 days. So 1 week before the event, this early bird price expires. So I would highly encourage you to click on the link below this video. Below this video, there's 3 links. One for Cape Town, one for Johannesburg, Durban one. You guys just have to bear with us another hour or 2. We'll make sure that the links are on. So you will click on the link below. Go to the put in your details. You will receive information from us with the venues, the details, the banking details. Secure your price as soon as you've got your ticket and it's paid for. We will issue out the information of the venue, and then make sure that you attend the venue. At the event, we are going to be focusing on risk management. We are going to show you guys what we've put in place to minimize our risk in this industry, and that. We are going to teach you about ring fencing, not to put all your eggs in one basket, So start spreading your risk, understand how the platforms work, and understand what we have put in place to minimize our risk. We will also make sure that before you attend the events that you activate your account. So there will be some steps that you have to do before you attend the event. That's just creating some profiles, open some profiles, so that by the time you come to the event, you can actually start moving some of your funds in and start mining and getting a return. So guys, I just want you to understand that nobody comes to the event without having their gold account open. So if you do not know what is your gold account, go back to the person, let them help you to open your gold account, your physical gold account. very, very important that you open your gold account. Our gold is our insurance, and there's a golden rule in gold. And the golden rule is that person that has got the gold, he's the one that makes all the rules. So we want to invite you to our family. We want you to understand that we've got an amazing, amazing team here together. And let me just stop this quickly. Stop sharing. Okay, so I want you guys to understand that we have got an amazing team here together. Oh, we've got Natalie on the screen here. Well done. So guys,
Johnny, we can't
from
see
my
you.
side, I just wanted to.
No, that's
Oh, you
fine.
guys can't see mine?
No, yeah, we got your video back now. No problem.
You got your video back in that, yeah. So guys, from our side, I just wanted you to understand that you know, there's this very special moment in our team. Things are moving very, very fast. You know, a lot of things are happening. People are moving in the right direction with their funds. We need to understand, and I want you guys to understand. We only believe in physical assets, and that assets is gold, silver, and properties. So, you know, depends where you are, depends what understanding you've got, but you know, get part of the team, start communicating with this kind of leaders, start communicating with us, start understanding the mindset that we've got, and hopefully that will rub off over you, and you can start learning from us in what we're doing. We've got the top of our organization. These guys are guys that are, you know, teaching, helping people, building massive teams. And you know, if you are doing what we're doing with cryptocurrency, you'll make a lot of money, guys. So Tashius, from my side, guys, from my side, thank you guys. Watch the presentation, and Natalie, I don't know if Natalie can come on and say a few words. So Tashius, over. Done. Thank you from my side.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks very much, Tony. Thanks for guiding us through that. Yes, definitely, we'd like to switch over through to Natalie as well. Thanks for joining us, Natalie. And we started off the evening with everyone just giving a bit of their experience and the feedback that they've had from their team. Natalie heads up one of the largest teams, well, the largest team in the group. On yesterday at the workshop, we recognized some of the people who had invited people directly, but you guys, you and Andrew, are like Corin and Carol, as we said before. You're inviting leaders who are themselves inviting a whole stack of leaders. So you've already moved beyond inviting people directly. But just give us a bit of feedback about your whole experience with the top pipeline and the people in your team, and the feedback that you're getting on this new approach, and is it working for them, is it not, that sort of thing. So let me hand over to Natalie.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Well, sorry that I'm so late, but I was at church trying to teach some kids some catechism, so that's why I'm so late. Overall, it was a good meeting. I think we learned a lot. I think that's the main thing, and people are learning and seeing that there is ways of making money beyond just, beyond trying to work, getting their money to work for them rather than them working for them. We do see the results, and I think it's a positive move. We're all, I think, very excited. The whole team seems excited. And we just got to go forwards. That's all I can think. Andrew, have you got anything to say?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks for a great meeting yesterday. It was really great to see that with this business that we're learning about risk management, and that's important. In any franchise business that you do, they don't teach you risk management in that, and you're talking about millions there. But for me, it was great yesterday, and I'm sure it's going to grow from strength to strength.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Andrew and Natalie, and thanks for making the time to slot in on the webinar this evening. We really appreciate you. So, guys, that's it from us for this evening. We've been on for just on an hour tonight, and yeah, I can see that there's been a couple of technological challenges. We had some issues with our internet today. And I'm sure that on you guys sitting on the other side just bear with us. You know, those glitches do come, and if you unfortunately missed some of it, I see we've dropped down to 70 something viewers at the moment. If you did miss it, you know, use the link, go and watch the replay. Sometimes it's a bit better the second time round, and you know, Google can sort out some of the glitches. But that's it from us, and it's been our pleasure to host you this evening. And like Tony said, if you're new to this, if this is the first time that you're hearing about this and what's going on, and it's a way that I can actually start earning some money myself, guys. Let me say it again. And I'm one of the hugest networkers. I'm learning a lot from the people around me and the people on this call tonight. But this is something you can do on your own. You don't have to introduce anybody. You don't have to go and tell people. You don't have to get two people who tell two people who tell two people. If you can do that, and you are a natural networker or a good networker, you'll get much better returns, because some of the projects in the pipeline are structured to reward you for that team building. But that's not a criteria, because as Tony said, we're moving in the I quadrant, where our money is starting to work for us, and that money is enabling us to build a business without the funding for that money, in terms of marketing, in terms of, you know, buying our physical gold every month. That money is not coming out of our pockets. It's not coming out of our regular cash flow and our normal budgets. It's actually being provided for us by this tub pipeline. That's it from us. Anything from anyone else? Anyone who has have a urgent need to say something from their side again? Let's go through CJ, Dora, Warren.
Just a
there must be something
big
from
thank
Carol,
you.
but thanks, Dora. And then thanks to everyone for taking time out tonight and joining us. Thanks, Quentin, Natalie, Andrew. Pity we couldn't get John on the line. And Tony, thank you very much to you as well. And that's it from us, guys. We're signing off now. And yeah, here's looking forward to hearing your story and your success. You know, like Pumlani. Pumlani has just grown so much over the last couple of months, and you heard it. He's reached his goals that he set for himself to be in his 50s or 60s. He's already there. That means he has to set new goals. Guys, I want to challenge you to do the same thing. God bless. Goodbye.